Yeah, compassion for people that we don't know. Wonderful practice. It just helps us to really allows that perfume of gratitude to come through as we sort of begin to rest and notice and really begin to recognize all the true interdependence of our life. You know, and begin to realize just how completely interdependent we are. It helps us to see how gratitude can flow from our heart to all these people that go about their lives not meaning to help us. Obviously they have their own intentions, but recognizing just as a species how we aren't independent, that we truly need the time and the care and the dedication of others to thrive and to exist. So just getting yourself comfortable wherever you are. And let's just start by feeling our breath. And just taking 3 deep calming breaths. And as we take those 3 deep breaths, we're just trying to be as present and aware as we can do. Now, if you're wanting to allow your eyes to close, you're very welcome to. Let's just set a little bit of an intention with this practice. And by intention I mean, that hopefully out of coming and sitting and practicing compassion in this way, that it may help you to be a light role model, help all others in recognizing our interdependence, that maybe your own spiritual journey will help in guiding others towards their own understanding, love of themselves and this reality that we're in. Now, throughout this practice, just recognizing that compassion is not about control. It's more of a remembering, if anything, remembering who we are, remembering what at our essence, and with that remembering, recognizing that same essence is within all others. And that through this practice we're going to imagine that essence, that warmth being received and helping all others too. But to start with, we just start sitting and watching our breath. Simple breathing practices are truly practices in self-compassion. And throughout the day we get an opportunity just to sit and watch, even if it's just a couple of conscious breaths. We give some time and just bring some ease to our mind. Maybe this is the first time today, I'm not sure where you are around the world. We get an opportunity just to take a few moments for ourselves. where we can let go of any expectations, any needs or wants of other people. Maybe it's been a little busy today, and that's okay. Compassion is dropping the battle, dropping the fight. And giving yourself a little bit of space to bring some acceptance, some nurturing. And throughout the practice, if distractions happen, being okay with it. A big part of why we practice is to catch ourselves being distracted. And even if the only thing you get out of this practice is just a little bit of space to recognize that life has been busy, then what a wonderful place to start. I'm just going to go quiet just for the next minute. I just want you just to rest and watch the breath. Maybe just trying to hold some attention just at the nostrils, the nose area, or the lower stomach. And throughout this practice, as we begin to bring attention to people in our lives and focus our compassion on them, we can realize that not always people had the intention of being kind to us, being compassionate towards us. And we recognize whether they intended to help us or they set out, or they didn't. Our lives and the lives of those we hold most dear have benefited from their effort, from their time, from their actions. And sometimes when we do compassion work, we can feel a sense of guilt, of shame sometimes, feel a dip in our own self-worth, purely because maybe we haven't spent the time recognizing these people's effort. Or maybe we felt like we could have made more effort in connecting with or being grateful for. And if anything like that comes up, you're just remembering that we're practicing compassion. And ultimately, as you've probably heard so many times, it's incomplete without self-compassion. And that ultimately, again, it's what we do today that matters the most. And we're just remembering the wonderfulness, the compassion of those that we don't know. And that we shouldn't feel obligated. We're receiving and recognizing the warmth that we've received from other people for no other reason other than you deserve happiness as much as anyone else. That just like you, we all play a role in this world that we live, again, just bringing some gentle attention to your breath if it's wandered away a little bit. Just noticing the movement, that constant change, the movement of sensations that we associate with breath. And now as we're going to bring a little bit of the visualization element to the practice, and as I've always said, the visualization doesn't need to be perfect. You're just doing your best. If you're not great at visualizing, then it's just more remembering, imagining. And throughout the practice, remembering that breath is there at any point where, if emotions do start to rise, that you can just calm and settle back to the breath. Bring some nurturing self-talk, reminding yourself that you're doing a practice in compassion. But what I want you to do, I just want you to begin to imagine one person or animal in your life that loves you unconditionally. And I just want you to imagine them wherever you are, being in the room with you, or maybe they already are. I just want you to imagine this person, this being. Now, I like to imagine as I'm sitting, this person stood behind me just with their hand on my shoulder. That sort of idea of support, that I'm here for you through your practice. I've always been here for you, that sort of feeling that you always get from these type of people, these people that actually just want to see you smile. Maybe this person has gone from your life and it's wonderful just to remember them. But just trying to hold some attention on this wonderful person and remembering why they mean so much to you. What do they do? Why are they so important in your life at the moment? And again, we're remembering why they're so wonderful, not remembering why you should have made more effort. That can come after the practice. Just focusing on why do they make a difference in your life? Remembering, even if it's a pet, a dog or cat, whatever you've got. And maybe it's that loyalty, that love. And as you're connecting with this wonderful being, all of a sudden they begin to use your name and remind you that they love you, that they're here for you. Obviously, it's very difficult to understand the language of dog, but if they could speak, that they would be reminding you of the same. And you just begin to hear them using some phrases, maybe in their own language, or maybe in the statements that I'm going to give you. But they're just using your name and just saying, I love you, and I'm here for you. I always have been and always will. That I hope you realise that you mean as much to me as I to you. That we'll get through all of this together. And let that love, that kindness, that connection touch your heart if you can. Feel that warmth. Let your heart expand if you'd like. And just imagining this person just repeating those phrases, whatever phrases you imagine, over and over. And they'll continue to do that throughout this practice. Continue to remind you just how wonderful you are. That you are cared for. That you are loved and respected. That you matter. And as they're doing this, just bringing some attention to ourselves as well, and just saying to ourselves, just simple meta phrases maybe, may I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be in peace, may I be free. Maybe just reminding yourself of what you need right now. Maybe it's been a tough day. Maybe it's been a busy day. Maybe you've heard some bad news and just needing a bit of strength. Just imagine bringing that strength into your heart, bringing that warmth into your heart, connection. Maybe you're missing people. Remembering that the reason why we do practices in self-compassion is not for anything selfish. There's actually a wonderful altruistic process of self-compassion, is that the more kinder and more nurturing we are with ourselves, it quite selflessly transforms into being kinder and more nurturing to others. It helps with fatigue and exhaustion, helps us manage stress. It builds up our immunity levels. And most importantly, it does things that no other practice has been shown to do, and that is manage our mind, manage the craziness. Compassion practices have shown to take our brainwaves to a level that has never been seen before. These practices that you're doing right now are transforming our mind internally. And this is why we do them. That for thousands of years and billions of people have been practicing compassion, bringing that warmth into their heart so they can better serve themselves and ultimately their community. And just for a few moments, just letting go of your own self-compassion practice, and just hold a little bit of attention on your breath, just at the nose, the mouth, the stomach. Just one key area, just resting. Still imagining that loved one behind you. And breathing. And now let's just bring some gentle attention to those people that we don't really know. Those people that work on our farms, transporting our food, driving our public transport, keeping our roads safe and accessible and functioning. They stock our shelves, they work in our hospitals and care homes. These people have dedicated their lives sometimes to helping the most vulnerable people all over the world. They fly our planes, they collect our waste, they work in laboratories finding cures. And these people have dedicated their life to bringing a simpler, a more connected world sometimes. They work late nights and early mornings, giving up time with their most precious, their loved family and friends. These people are petrol attendants, accountants, builders, plumbers, tradespeople. I could go on and on. But so many people have played such a significant role in our lives. And this part of this practice, this is what it's all about, this remembering their warmth, whether they intended to or not. And they've dedicated their time. Yes, maybe they got paid. Yes, maybe they didn't always enjoy it. And it didn't matter that they didn't have us in mind. It's the fact that they've helped us to live, that they've helped us to thrive. They've connected us. They've kept us connected and safe and warm and fed. Again, remembering this is not about feeling guilt that maybe you should have been more grateful. It's about honouring their work and sending compassion to them. Just remembering them, remembering what they've given up. Whether they had you in mind or not, a simple way to do that is just saying thank you. And bring a little bit of attention into our heart and remembering, feeling that warmth that's there for these people that we don't know. Now when I say feel the warmth, I don't mean that there's going to be some sort of feeling there that maybe there is a sense of warmth that's there, maybe there isn't. Really it's the intention that's most important, that you are dedicating your day in remembering these amazing people that have dedicated theirs. And ultimately recognizing just how intricately interdependent we are. That these people have helped us to thrive, to live, to love, connect us. All the internet companies that help us to connect through Wi-Fi, thank you. That we can begin to hold some affection in our heart, not just for those that we love, but we can hold that affection and compassion for these wonderful people that matter. And we can feel their kindness. And like I said, it's just a simple thank you. Maybe trying to visualize them and imagining receiving their warmth, receiving their kindness. And even sometimes it's nice to just bring some attention just to a particular object when we do these types of things. Even throughout your day as you pick up an apple or use your phone. You know, just imagining how many unknown people have been involved, from the raw materials dug up in harsh, distant parts of the world, the transportation and refining of it, the manufacturing and the workers involved in the process of manufacturing these products. And then down to the packaging and branding, marketing, sales, to the shop owners and call centres, customer care. So many people working late nights, early morning, ensuring you have a tool to stay connected. Thousands of people possibly have travelled millions of miles to have it sat on your lap, connecting us. That everything that we hold, everything that we use, nothing has come at the expense of no one. That everything has been touched and held and nurtured. That we are truly interdependent creatures. And so throughout your day, just taking a few moments to recognize the processes. And if you feel like extending a bit of warmth to all the people that have played a part in bringing that object into your life. And then just bringing a little bit of attention and warmth into your heart, holding these people in mind. And I just want you to finish with a thank you, and imagine this thank you just reverberating out around the world. And compassion is one of those wonderful gifts that as we give it out in this way, we tend to receive it or be receptible for that compassion in return. And the last thing we do is just hold a little bit of that attention in our heart. Let's just rest our attention there. And remembering it doesn't matter how well you've done on this practice, doesn't matter how heart opening it was, doesn't matter how warm you felt, what you visualized. Just the fact that you've taken 30 minutes out of your day just to sit and practice in this way is a true gift to this world. That quite possibly right now you're doing one of the most important things anywhere. That you're recognizing that we are one, globally united, compassionate, warm, kind existence. Even if people don't realize it, that's okay. That's why you're practicing, in the hope of showing and pointing the direction for others. And the last thing I just want to do is offer a little quote. If you go on to my personal Insight Timer page, it's the one that's on there. Mahatma Gandhi. Where there is love, there is life. And as you're hearing the bell, just bringing some attention or holding that attention in your heart still. And maybe you're opening your eyes and still feeling that warmth, that connection. Just holding that attention in the heart still. Even guiding it up towards the breath as you're noticing the colours and smells and tastes.